Well, hello. If you are receiving this video, it means you are one of our VBS volunteers, and we are so super grateful for everyone that is helping in all the different capacities. I am so stoked for this particular VBS. I love the theme. I love all of the creativity and the different ideas. I want to just take a few minutes to, present to you this, presentation. Um, it's called Best Practices Keeping Kids and Adults Safe, Vacation Bible School 2025 at CCC. So here's a little bit of background. We've been working on a child and youth protection policy for about a year. We're getting really close to publishing it, presenting it, implementing it, etc. But VBS 2025 is upon us. And so I took the time to kind of read through our latest draft. I think we're on draft 3. I looked through a couple other things, Safe Sanctuary from another church I served, a denominational resource we have called Healthy Boundaries. And what I want to do is just present to you 8 best practices, things to keep in mind, things to look out for, so that all of us, adults, children, everybody, we have the best VBS ever. Okay, so I know these things can sometimes be a little tedious, a little dry. That's why you're not sitting through like an hour-long workshop or a day-long workshop. I've done quite a few of those actually. Really, I've tried to narrow it down to, like I said, 8 best practices that are very specific for Vacation Bible School and very specific for our Vacation Bible School. So I'm just going to get after it, okay? Let me start with this. I was reading through our policy and I came across this phrase, non-accidental physical injuries, and I thought, that could be a VBS thing because we play outside a lot. We do a lot of games. We just need to make sure that we are being cautious and careful with our games. Accidents are going to happen, but we need to be able to demonstrate that we created a safe space, that we took precautions. So when somebody's tumbling out of a bounce house, there's a soft spot for them to land. That when we're outside, we're not asking them to do, I don't know, crazy backflips or things like that. Somebody could come along and say, if God forbid something were to happen, that they did not take reasonable efforts to keep it from happening. Of course, accidents are going to happen. We want to make sure we've worked hard to prevent those. Number 2, this you find in policies like this at many different churches and organizations. That is the 2 adult rule. Anytime you're working with children, you want to have 2 adults present. In most policies, married couples count as 1. Look, for our VBS, not almost, no matter what room you go into, right? No matter what space in the church you find yourself in, there's plenty of adults around. But you just want to make sure you don't look up and you find yourself as the only person with a group of kids, or really the only adult with 1 kid. Now, it's important to note, if you are helping a child one-on-one with a craft, or if you are talking to a child one-on-one while you're sitting in the sanctuary, or if you need to walk a child down the hallway one-on-one, all of that is fine, especially if other adults are around and other adults are aware that you're doing that. You just don't want to be alone if you can prevent it, and do your best to prevent it. Bathroom breaks. This is an important one. General rule of thumb. It is better to hover outside than to go into a bathroom with a child. Look, I know sometimes, especially with younger children, you have to go in. If that's the case, just let another adult know. Ask them to then hover. Ask them to be present. Just make sure they have an awareness of where you are and what you're doing. And try to take bathroom breaks with another adult. Do it together. And that'll really help. It's just a good time to be conscientious and to try to not go in if you don't have to. Number 4, this is kind of I think for some of those prior ones, those are pretty rare. And as long as we're cautious and intentional, we'll be okay. This really could come up, and I know it does come up. Look, kids are going to love you. They're going to love you. And now you'll find kids asking for your cell phone number, or are saying, "Hey, can we go to Sonic together?" Or can I look you up on Instagram or whatever? It's crazy. Try not to do that stuff. Really, more than try. Don't do that. Instead, use this as an awesome opportunity. Invite them to church, invite them to the VBS celebration, let them know how excited you're going to be to see them there. Invite them to fellowship events, steer them towards group things and towards group programming. Don't give out your personal information. That's just a really important rule of thumb. Number 5, a lot of times pickup is where incidents happen the most. So always be extra aware. Now, I think Jenny and Gwen and Joanne and Adrian and everybody who's been helping plan VBS, we got a great plan. And I think pickup is going to happen outside this year. Probably yet, though, another good reason to have as many eyes and ears around as possible. Don't want any kids to get lost in the trees out there or wander off or anything when we're all outside. So you want to release them to the appropriate caregivers. You want to witness them leave. Just be extra careful and aware during pickup. That's pretty important. Okay, let's talk about touch, because touch is a good thing. Touch is important. Touch is part of development. It's part of healthy development that we touch. So examples of healthy, great touch: fist bumps, high fives, pats on the back, side hugs, that sort of thing. Touch that you need to be aware of and steer yourself away from. Of course, full front hugs, back rubs, jostling hair, that sort of thing that's just a little bit too much. Again, the kids are going to love you. Kid-initiated hugs are hard to avoid. They are probably going to wrap themselves around your legs a lot next week. So it's more about how you steer it towards appropriate and away from inappropriate touch. Number 7, we're going fast. Okay, so this is kind of a serious, big, important one. I don't think this is necessarily something that is overly conducive to Vacation Bible School. However, I love the theme, like I said, joy in June, and using all the Christmas-related things and helping the Grinch to understand what Christmas is all about. All that's really great. I think there is a depth, even a biblical depth, to VBS this year that I'm super excited about. So I suppose it's possible that there could be some conversation or some heartstrings being tugged. I don't know. Anyway, if in the event you hear something that really raises alarm bells to the point where you feel like a kid may be being abused physically, emotionally, sexually, everything and anything like that, you are required by law to report that. Now, that's the what. The how is also very, very important to understand. The how is that you tell Jenny Aiken, okay? And you only tell Jenny Aiken. If you hear something and your first thought is to freak out, you need to try to stay calm, but you need to tell her as soon as you're able, and only her. Don't tell anyone else. Don't tell your coworker or your adult partner. Just tell Jenny. And then Jenny will tell me. That's how it works. It goes up the chain of command, and then I will contact the proper authorities. I hope it doesn't come to that, but we need to be sure we have an understanding that if it does, we know what to do. All right, the last one, common sense. Don't assume that it's common. Look, if you feel like something is off or something is weird or something is awkward, go with your gut, go with your instincts. It probably is. And what do? Well, just touch base with another adult, just touch base with another volunteer, get someone else's perspective. um, so much better to be overly safe and secure, overly cautious than the opposite. They may say, "Oh, I wouldn't worry about that," or "Oh, it's nothing," but you making them aware, you talking about it with somebody else, that's really wise. Because again, these practices, all of these practices, these best practices, they're for the benefit of the children, but they're also for your benefit as well, for the benefit of the adults and teens. Finally, in conclusion, you see that scripture there before you. I think that's a scripture that is very familiar to probably all of us. Jesus welcoming the children. It's inspiring, it's heartwarming. But consider, though, if an incident were to happen on our watch, in addition to the social and physical consequences that would be part of that, I think there's a spiritual consequence, a spiritual element in play too, and that is we could be responsible for keeping these children from Jesus. If a family gets hurt at church, they might never come back to church. They might associate hurt with church. Again, I believe 99.9999% of the time, everything is awesome, and I believe everything is going to be awesome next week. But I appreciate you watching this video for the 0.00001% of the time that something happens, that there's an incident. And when we've set up best practices, when we've thought through things, we increase we've done our due diligence to do the best we can to keep them from happening. So thank you. Thank you for so many things. I think VBS 2025 is going to be the best, and I think it's going to be the best because of you. God bless you.